Morning, folks. Today's soap is brought to us from Stirling. This one here is called Peach. And like the label says, it's about 5.8 ounces. This is a 6-ounce tub, but there, in other words, it is almost completely full of soap. Now, this one here doesn't say across the top here. This is not the glacial one, but the aftershave is. Sometimes, you know, in my opinion, I like menthol, nice cooling effect, but sometimes I think in certain sense it takes away from the scent and of the soap. I think I like the idea of not having the menthol with the soap, but I do like it in the aftershave. Blade of choice today, decided to go ahead and go with a Personna blade. And I have it, this is a R41 head with a RazoRock handle here. This is the two-piece design. This little knob right here comes off if a person decided they wanted it off. But that is what it looks like. You can pick up just the head at Maggot Razors, but it's out of stock at the moment. So maybe if you're interested, hopefully it'll come in stock when you are ready for it. I've got the lather whipped up here in the fine accoutrements lathering bowl. It's fairly wet here with a Yaqi brush that's got a synthetic knot. It does smell pretty good this morning, the peach does. It's not a real strong scent. I would say maybe light to maybe medium depending on your nose, but I would not consider the scent strong. Go ahead and wet the face here. Get started with the pre-shaved cube. My favorite handle that Muhle offers with the R41 is the rose gold handle. That rose gold handle looks really nice. And but I decided to pair the head up with this handle. Handle's got some weight to it. Kind of adds to the overall shave, in my opinion. All right. Pre-shave cube's getting a little bit smaller, but it does last a good long moment. I think Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements is offering a new, I say new, he has a standard lineup of pre-shave cubes. I guess you might say one that's methylated and one that's not. And there's one, the Enigma, I think, that's still available if a person is interested in picking up one of those. You can see it doesn't take very long to work it into the beard, get your face prepared for the shave. And it does help with lather. Not that this one, not that this soap needs any help. Typically, it takes maybe 3 minutes to whip this up, yeah, or less. It doesn't take very long. Nice peach scent this morning. What got this one started is over the weekend, wife and I went out to eat at a barbecue restaurant. We had some cobbler. So kind of see how that got started. It was pretty good. My wife, she was ranting and raving about how good it was. Of course, I hadn't had cobbler in a while, so that may have had something to do with it. A lot of folks still consider the R41 on the aggressive side of things. It is one of my favorite razors. To me, it's a pretty smooth shaver, but there is a blade feel to it. Enough that, you know, it demands attention. But I don't find it hard to get a shave without any nicks, cuts, weepers, or anything quite like that. And it's definitely efficient. For a Monday morning, It's not overly aggressive, I don't feel like. So a Monday morning, a little blurry-eyed from the weekend, not quite ready to go back to the office, but you know how that goes. You got to do what you got to do, but kind of helps set the tone for the work week. Pretty efficient. Have to say, the design of this particular razor is pretty good. At least for me it is. It may not be for everyone. Like I say, you might have to find the blade that works best for you. Got quite a bit of rain the past few days. And yesterday, it was kind of a light rain. At times it kind of let up a little bit. It wasn't heavy. We had a birthday party to go to yesterday. That kind of kept us fairly busy all day. And wife had a good time. It was that incredible pizza. And my wife is one of those that like the rides. In other words, if you have a state fair or anything kind of like that, she enjoys going to those, and she enjoys going on the rides. It's the inner child comes out, I guess you might say. She does like the rides. Getting the tickets, and then of course she hands them off to our youngest son and go pick out whatever prize that you can get with the number of tickets. She had a good time. I think everybody did at the birthday party. They seemed to stay there quite a while. I did get some pictures taken and a couple of videos for her. She's using her phone so she can do her thing with the pictures, whether she wants to crop them or whatever the case might be. I think I did get a few shots, pretty good shots, when she was on they have a roller coaster inside their incredible pizza, and she was in the front car, of course. Yes. I think I got a few good shots of her. It was pretty funny. We had a good time. Shave's going really well. That's just doing my normal routine. In other words, the bulk of the whisker reduction is taken care of. I don't see any nicks, cuts, weepers, or anything quite like that this morning. It's not every time that a person shaves with an R41 that they get a good shave, because some folks, you know, it's a little bit aggressive, end up with a few weepers. But for me, I'm able to, I don't recall off the top of my head that I have ever had a shave with an R41 where I end up with weepers. I get pretty good shaves with it. It works well for my beard. My beard, especially this area right here, I think that's probably one of the reasons why I was determined to leave it there. It's pretty tough to use a razor on. Back in the day when I used to have to shave there, weepers was not uncommon. I've gotten a lot better over time. This spot here and here used to be pretty tender. End up with weepers in those areas, but gotten better in time, you know, with some of the razors where it's not quite so bad. I might end up with one or two sometimes, but for the most part, I've gotten a lot better over time with paying special attention to those areas. Learning the pressure has a lot to do with it. And the blade. Just face it, there's some blades that just don't work well for me going in that direction. I've learned to stay away from some of those blades. Some blades work well in R41, some not so much. So if you find some of your blades being a little bit on the aggressive side, but maybe a derby blade hasn't always been one of your favorite blades, you might try a derby blade. I found that a derby blade works pretty well in R41, at least it does for me. All right, here we go with the aftershave with just a touch of menthol to it. I say a touch, it's one of the first things my nose notices right out of the container. That's what the restrictor looks like there. I haven't had this peach very long, so I still got quite a bit left in the aftershave. The peach is still strong enough that the menthol is not overwhelming the peach scent, but still just a nice cooling effect on the face this morning. Feels wonderful. Hey, the weather has been all over the place. A few days ago we were in the 80s, and now I think we're down in the mid 60s. My nose. If it sounds like my nose is a little troublesome, it is. I had a great shave this morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay healthy, stay safe, and smooth shaves to you.